Hey guys, tragedy has struck the Nioh series, so I recorded a bunch last night, and all the footage was unusable. And the problem with playing this kind of game is that it doesn't have manual saving, so I can't make a new slot every time I do a new session, so because that's my fallback plan. If recording stuff goes wrong, and it totally does, if it's a game like Yakuza, I'm like, oh, I'll load yesterday's save, and we'll just re-record that chunk of time. But games like Dark Souls and Nioh and so on are all about that autosave on one slot, so I have made permanent progress, whether I like it or not, and lost the footage. And that sucks. I haven't played the next real level yet, so at least there's that. But I've already played the submissions that are currently available to me, and that sucks. So we're just gonna go back in there, and well, I guess they'll go faster now, because I already have the levels you get from defeating them. Alright, so this is called Wreathed in Flame. Do you remember the village where you met Master Hanzo? It seems that some mysterious new power is at work there now. I heard from the village elder that the whole area is like a hellscape. Please, return to the village and save it before anything worse happens. So, it goes without saying that I know exactly how to do these missions now, because I just did them yesterday. But there's no undoing what happened. Here we are. So our objective is to defeat the Fire Ring yokai. We're back in the same setting that we've seen before, with this burning village they like to have us revisit. There we go. It's always worth having a quick rest at one of these places because they give you a bit of Umrid Age time. Well, the first time. When you first encounter them. There we go. So I believe I can just ignore him entirely. The yokai are just everywhere in these submissions. Because of the repetitive nature of replaying the same maps that are sort of remixed in various ways, and the fact that they're full of yokai like that, I basically see them as like loot drop farm locations. I don't like if this was Dark Souls, I would be all like, yeah, kill every single thing because it's part of progressing through the level. But this is a different kind of game in that it does have the Diablo-style dungeon crawler loot grind mechanic in it, where it's all about replaying certain levels and getting a chance at getting equipment that has higher stats and so on and so forth. You're rolling the RNG numbers, which requires you to replay and so on. So this is the Fire Ring yokai. He's kind of a prick. So there's a few not dangerous attacks and a few very dangerous attacks, in my opinion. Ow. Noteworthy thing is that he's kind of stupid. So he'll often charge you and end up charging into a wall, and then he charges into the wall and then you can just hit him when he's weakened. Is he not going to follow me here? There we go. So he explodes when he gets back up, which is mostly like a minor punishment more than a dangerous thing. And he also will, he has like a fire breath he does sometimes, which I think is damaging. I think it's pretty damaging, but very avoidable. I found that the most dangerous thing he can do is that he'll charge you. He does a rolling charge, and it's nicely telegraphed in that he starts spinning in place like a car wheel. Or like the back wheel of a motorcycle, basically. But if he hits you with it, you're kind of screwed. Because he'll, not only will he knock you down, and he'll often pin you against a wall, but as a result of being stuck in his hitbox, you tend to get hit by him over and over again. And I've lost huge chunks of my health all at once to just that one hit. So my objective is basically just to keep killing him in this level till he finally fully goes away. Because he's going to keep respawning over the course of this fire village that we've been through before. Going deeper and deeper until we've kind of finished it. Rule of threes applies. Back off. I'm actually kind of fond of the idea of these level types. Even, like, on one hand, it's a way of padding the game out, by reusing content, and I'm aware of that, and I know I criticize that at times. But at the same time, my personal biases come out in that I like... Hello, friend. Real quick. There we go. I really liked what they did with Dark Souls 2, because we kept getting new campaigns for it. We had the Dark Souls 2 campaign, the Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus campaign, which had different enemy placement. Then we had Scholar of the First Sin. Oh, there's the roll. We had Scholar of the First Sin, and then we had the Scholar of the First Sin New Game Plus. So Dark Souls 2 fans got 4 separate campaigns to play through over the course of the lifespan of that game. So if you were really into the game, which you probably were, if you were paying attention to any of those things, otherwise you would have never known about the differences in the first place. If you cared about the game to keep playing it, then it was a nice reward. Because if you like a game to play it a lot, then it's encouraging to get the option to also... Hey, friend. Oh. I thought he would get stunned. Wow. Surprising range on that attack. Oh, you got me. I goofed it. Aha! Yeah, if you like a game a lot like that, replay value is a must, or at least like the genre tends to have an inherent replay value, but having the game actually change from playthrough to playthrough helps expand the replay value because you have more variations of gameplay. Bye. And so, in a way, I see these submissions and the what do you call it? Not yokai, the nightmare missions, whatever it's called, Twilight missions. Yeah, Twilight missions are like a variation of that New Game Plus sort of mentality, where you get an alternate way of playing the level after you've beaten it the first time, which is something I loved in Dark Souls 2 and was not expanded upon properly in Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne or any other part of the franchise. Really, they tend to the other 4 games that you could call that sub-franchise or whatever you try to categorize it as, they tended to treat all 4, New Game Plus was just the same game but with higher stats. I love that this works. Come on. Yay! And there's nothing wrong with New Game Plus being the same game with higher stats to basically make it so that your high-level character is balanced for playing the game again with the same character. That's fine. But it would be nice to have the game change each time you play through it. It's an incredibly rare thing for a game to do, but every time a game does it, it feels kind of awesome. Because you're like, it's like you haven't beaten the game yet, which is cool. It's like, I've beaten this game, but also there's so much game left to play still where I haven't experienced yet for the first time. And so one of the things that really kept me going, and one of the things that helped facilitate the fact that I've played Dark Souls 2 now like 5 times or more, is that you have that specific, almost unique ability to play that game for the first time several times, because there was always a sense of discovery, like, oh yeah, I played this game 4 times before, but now there's new enemy placement layout, and I have to learn that, which in a game where level design and cautious progression and being careful and observing your surroundings is the key, having that kind of stuff change is actually a big deal. Get out of here. Ow. Shit. Wow. Something that really throws me off about this enemy is that he can essentially... Okay, he's gonna attack again. What messes with me with this enemy is that his basic movement is an attack, which makes him really weird to fight. There we go. By far the safest time to attack that guy is when he's rolling around like a lunatic. When he rams into a wall or something and falls over, then you're safe. When he hasn't fallen over yet, though, it's tricky. Because, He has a fire breath that's super easy to avoid and punish, and he has that rolling dash that you can see coming and you can dodge out of the way, but also his basic moving around also hurts you, and that has like no telegraphing because it's just how he moves, and so you kind of just have to avoid him until an opening happens, because attacking him just whenever he seems attackable will get you rolled over, and that's dangerous. A yokai wreathed in flames. Who could have imagined such a thing? Thank you for helping. The village elder was more grateful than he could express in words, although, as he left, he was muttering something about needing more sacrifices. That's creepy. And distressing. Yeah, the guy kept muttering to me about how he's freaking out about, like, soon you will know the pain of my life of no limbs and stuff like that, so there's concerns to be drawn for whatever the hell's going on with that guy. So we did Deep in the Shadows, the main mission. Next is Finders Keepers. There's Kurata Nagamasa, the guy we rescued last mission. Sir Anjin. There's our first payoff for the idea that they're going to call me that now because William's a confusing thing for them to say. Sir Anjin, I have rather embarrassing request. The famed sword Heshi Kirihashebe, treasure of the Kurata clan, has gone missing. I recall feeling a fumbling at my waist while I was grappling with that demonic harlot in the cave, but she didn't have it. It must have been some other demon. I beg of you, please find the sword and return it to me. So now he lost a family sword and we have to go find it. So we're picking up after other people's mistakes. So when I talk about this idea of like a level remix, in the form of like what we're doing here with these levels and what we're doing with Dark Souls 2, New Game Plus, and Scholar of the First Sin and everything, I think the important distinction between when I do criticize it and when I don't criticize it is that the levels have to matter. Your level design has to be important enough for the remixes to be interesting. Because there's a lot of games where that are just a bunch of hallways and generic rooms that don't amount to much besides just running through a progression. So as you'd expect, the thing that stole the sword is just it's a Kappa demon. Conniving Kappa demon, which this game basically treats as a treasure goblin. Ow. Ah. Annoyingly, when you finish combos, he tends to hit you immediately. And that tends to, it stops your chance at doing your key pulse to get your energy back. Which means that you have to... Oh, hi. So his goal, because he's trying to get away with the sword, is that he's just going to try to run around like a lunatic all over the map and try to lure me into running into various enemy spawns. So I've got to be careful about chasing him too greedily, or I'll get in some trouble. You pain in the ass. You don't realize until now how much of a pain it can be to attack somebody that's running away from you. But I think the important distinction between when I criticize and don't criticize it is that the levels have to matter. Like, in Dark Souls and Nioh, the level layout is a huge part of the gameplay. And so playing that level layout in a different context actually feels like new content. You're playing through an existing level with usually existing enemies, so it is, in literal terms, recycled content, but it's contextualized in a way that's interesting. It's like why... Oh, he's hiding in the corner. It's why it's interesting for people to play Binding of Isaac. I'm not a fan of Binding of Isaac, personally. It just doesn't appeal to me. But it's why people get so much time out of that game, because it is just taking the same mechanics and the same bosses and the same levels and recycling them and rearranging them and so on, but different combinations of power-ups and placements and so on can recontextualize the gameplay. Which makes it new gameplay despite being old levels and old content. And that's the important thing. Because there's a lot of games that will reuse locations like crazy and reuse enemies like crazy, but unfortunately it also means you're just doing one action over and over again, and they don't recontextualize the content. And some of the worst video game campaigns are the ones where they force you I'm not running into that fog. You're not tricking me. Some of the worst campaigns out there are the ones where they shamelessly recycle the same levels and the same enemies in the same you pain in the ass. In the same campaign. So just to progress to the ending of the game through mandatory content, it will sometimes require playing the same level over and over again with the same gameplay with no meaningful changes. And that is just padding. That is just shameless recycling for the sake of making your game longer. And that's a bummer. But it's important to know that to note that just reusing elements does not mean the same thing as that sort of shameless padding. You bastard. I see what you're doing. I see exactly what you're doing. This guy's a prick. You are such a pain in the ass. Come here. You. So having a character run away from you like this makes you suddenly really aware of how long it takes your character to swing a weapon in various stances. Because you're chasing him, and you get up to him and you swing, and then even though you're touching him when you start the swing, by the time the swing goes off, he might already be out of range. Alright. Anger time. So this is setting up the idea of this particular enemy, the Kappa, being the equivalent of a treasure goblin. Which is definitely signified by the fact that he's glittering and covered in crystals and running away from you. There we go. You pain in the ass. We're clear. Thank you for giving me a moment to talk about game design. Finders keepers, yes. That's Heshikiri Hesebe, alright? I wonder if they added dashes just to help English speakers try to parse what the hell they're seeing because there's so many letters back to back. The treasure of the Kuroda, bestowed upon my father by Lord Nobunaga himself. How could I ever have faced my father again if I'd lost it? My deepest gratitude, Sir Anjin. Don't tell my father, okay? And the final of our new side quest is Kanbei the Overlord. Sir Anjin, how could I ask you to search for the sword Heshikiri Hesebe, treasure of our clan? I had entrusted it to that oaf Nagamasa, but he just came to me wailing that he'd lost it again. I believe you already found it for him once. The fool probably dropped it in the cave during the fight with the yokai. I would ask you to come to the clan's aid and retrieve the sword once more. Rumor has it that around the time the sword was lost, dead warriors began to roam the cave. Be on your guard. So apologies in advance if this episode's shorter than normal, which is probably going to be the case. As I mentioned before, I lost a bunch of footage and I'm replaying these levels. I'm doing this super last minute. This video's already going to be late, and at some point I just need to move forward. I just don't have time to do I might not have time for full episodes. I don't know. We'll see how it comes together in editing. I'm just going to do these 3 levels and then see how long it is afterwards, instead of making sure it's a certain length. So this time our objective is to search for the sword again. So same thing as last time, really. And we have a new mechanic again, which is kind of cool. So these 3 missions, while being sub-missions that recycle levels, not only do they recontextualize it by having you go through it in a different order or a different direction for a different goal and stuff like that, they also have new... Oopsie. There we go. They also have new enemies here. So this guy is interesting because he tries to summon these guys. So suddenly there's a recontextualization of how revenants work in gameplay. Because we've got these little undead guitarist lute player characters that try to summon revenants to attack you. And they will continually summon every revenant in the area that have all these swords on the ground you see here. They'll continue, as you approach them, they will summon every revenant you walk near to fight you, one by one. And they will continue to do so until... I'm sure you can run out of revenants eventually, but if not that, at the very least you can eventually kill... if you killed him, then he'll stop summoning them. That's mainly the important issue to keep track of. I think I am going to fight this revenant, though. Oh, shit. There we go. Nice meeting you. So people have been telling me to fight revenants that have red names. I've noticed that he does have a red name, so I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna run away a bit, because I want to fight him in a bit of a safer location. There we go. Don't really want to fall off a ledge. Careful. There we go. So they're supposed to give you... Yeah, there you go. Glory. Another resource type to keep track of. And so apparently the revenants with red names are not players. Like, all the white names are players, and they're being... I almost said procedurally generated. They're being generated by real events. But apparently... I already grabbed that guy's loot. Apparently the red ones are developer placed, and they're there to give you that glory resource. Actually not sure what the glory resource is for. Is it for titles? No, because titles are based on accomplishments. Off the top of my head, I don't know what glory does. I have... Oh my god, I have a lot of points to spend. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm kind of in the open right now. Running! Here we go. Where is this pain in the ass? You hiding behind boxes up there? Let's see here. Oh, I'm doing pretty well on shots. Dead. He's trying to summon these guys to fight me. Alright, here's a nice safe area. Let's pray real quick. And he doesn't respawn. Cool. I'll go ahead and spend the prestige we got. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of points. Okay, so elixir effective recovery, item drop rate, damage from fall. Let's go for item drop rate. Every little bit counts, right? Gold earned. I mean, I might as well slowly build up the elixir stat. I mean, it's such a... it's so little effect that it's hard to care about, but eventually it might have a minor effect if I keep building it up. Yokai realm's a constant problem, so building a little bit of that wouldn't hurt. Reduce damage from yokai. I mean, so sorry, increase damage to yokai. Luck. I'll go for any weapon drop related stats along the way just to help out there. More yokai realm, huh? Okay. I wouldn't mind some resistance to that. Oh yes, absolutely durability on living weapon. I want living weapon to last as long as possible. There we go. So some of these are building up over time. We have 20 life now, 100 durability on living weapon. I don't really have context for what 100 durability on living weapon means compared to others, because I don't know how long. I don't know how long living weapon lasts and what number affects that necessarily. But now we have more, so there's that. Okay. So now for the main challenge. So this is going to be a gauntlet, basically. Like multi-wave, you're stuck in this room and a bunch of enemies are coming at you situation. And it gave me some trouble. And as you can tell, there's a whole bunch of revenants here, safe for being summoned by various potential guitar-playing pricks that might be around here. Let's grab you. Elixir! Alright. One more elixir for the collection, that's good. Hi there. Ah, crap. You got me. I thought I was betting on a safe retreat. Did not get one. He's dead though. I figured it was okay to expel my key because I was going to back off before they had a chance to punish me. But never underestimate spear ranges. Or never overestimate my range, apparently. Hey there. Oh, not quite. Thank you. And now things get worse. These guys are here. Ah. These guys make me grateful for having a sword around, that's for sure. You just need to quickly get in there and do some decisive blows. Ow. 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 Jesus. There we go. I'm sure things only get worse from here. Hi. 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 Nope. No, no. Mistakes were made. Watch out. So this starts to immediately feel a bit like the Gank Squad boss fight from the first DLC of Dark Souls, where you're fighting a group of enemies that don't really stagger very much, and they're kind of relentlessly chasing you in circles and trying to beat you down. And your one advantage that you can kind of run in a circle over and over again and jump off a ledge. It's sort of the main thing you have going for you. And it is... I'm not great at this. Ah, crap, there was a follow-up. Thought he was done with his swinging combo. Ah, crap. Yep. I rank this as one of those because I played games like this enough to know that I rank this as one of those encounters where it's super tough for me the first time, and I'm baffled by how to process how to do it, because I'm still like kind of confused on how I'm supposed to handle the situation. But honestly, I know I'm gonna look back at this one day and be like, that encounter, child's play, no problem. But I'm not there now, that's for sure. Right now, I'm kind of baffled by how to deal with some of this. There we go. I'm saying that a little preemptively because I'm talking about a later part where it gets way worse. This part's kind of not too bad. There we go. It's gonna get worse though. Yep, it's getting worse. And that's how it gets worse. Now we have revenants. There we go, I got 2 of the heads, yes! You gotta keep moving because the revenants are actually fairly dangerous. There we go. This is why it gets worse. I'm rushing to kill the heads as fast as possible. I think I took them out now. Yeah. Ah, god damn it. Yep, that was part of the issue. Oh, you prick. So I have issue with this one because they throw multiple flaming heads at you at the same time, and the axe guy that has super poise and has crazy range, and a revenant, which the revenant on itself wouldn't be the craziest thing, but the revenant specifically has the ability to use guns, which makes things way worse for me immediately. God damn it. So when you're running around and jumping up on the bridge and using the tactics I was using up until now that were working, suddenly they don't work at all, because that guy can just shoot you for a surprising amount of damage with great accuracy at great range. And that has caused problems for me. Ah, you prick. Ah. Nope. Dodging guns. Dodging guns carefully. They're gonna surround me, aren't they? Going both ways. Yes! I separated them for a moment. Oh, that's great. Go, 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 go. Screw you and all the problems you caused me today. One of the reasons I was heartbroken for losing the footage was because the struggle is gone. I had a real amount of trouble with this level, and I'm actually surprised I beat it on my first try this time. I wish I had that footage to show, because some people like watching me get my ass handed to me by video games, and that certainly happened about 3 times. All right, so next time we'll be making progress and not replaying a level my character's technically played before. But yeah. Technical problems are the worst. Hopefully I can go a nice 6 months before it happens again. That'd be great.
郎に幽閉されし頃より20年余りか。慈悲なく6万を虐殺した織田信長。膨れし欲望を御しきれなかった太閤秀吉。棟梁たる者、なぜ皆断りを外れるのか。次は三成殿か家康殿か。いっそいや、わしは追い下げ短い。天下の是非を見極めるは長政。
So a yokai like a monk was wailing and holding Heshikiri Hasebi. I know not how to interpret that, but perhaps this sword is a greater responsibility than we Kuroda can bear. Here, take it with you, if you will pardon my presumption in making the offer. This is the Kuroda clan's finest treasure, use it well. And so as a result, we get the sword that we just spent 2 missions trying to get, which I was already using, admittedly. Did I get oh, I got a better one, neat. They gave me a better one for doing the mission again, or at least it has a higher attack multiplier and gives you water damage. This one helps your guard key usage, strong attack key damage, and so on. But this one has a higher attack multiplier. I'll probably switch to this one. Notably, it's part of a set, Tactician's Ingenuity. So you use this weapon with the 4 pieces of equipment that the quest giver we just were talking to was using. If you wear his full strategist set, it gives you these bonuses. That's a neat touch. And it's also a cool looking sword. There's all this red and black and everything, and the color contrast is neat. Alright, so that's it for now. Come back next time, and we'll go check out the Spirit Stone Slumbers.